Good morning, saucies. Please ignore my footwear. But the leaves have started to turn here in our garden. You might be able to see just out the back there that they're going a little bit orange. We've got some little orange spots on the oak tree just out here. And that particular tree is well on its way. So just a little garden update there for you. That's probably about as good as it's gonna get with regards to garden updates in the winter. Yes, we are back in England now, but still very much enjoying the culture of Provence because my husband surprised me with a croissant this morning and it has made me extremely happy. Where's my little saucisse gone? What are you doing in there? What are you doing in there? What are you doing in there? Lumi is asleep on the bed as usual and Porter is actually being very well behaved this morning. For the first few days when we got back, off you go, go baby, good boy. For the first few days when we got back, I kept finding Porter upstairs or on the stairs. It's our own fault entirely, but I've realised as long as I'm really stern with him, he understands to get down. And so today, so far, there's not been any attempts to come up the stairs. I'm not saying that we won't have them, but there haven't been any attempts. I am fully dressed in one of my favourite dresses, although I'm actually not fully dressed. It's one of the things I want to talk to you about this morning because I am still on the hunt for these shoes. And I have the other 2 boxes from my Farfetch haul that hadn't arrived to open with you for the boots because I still have not quite mastered the shoe situation to be able to wear my dresses comfortably. Now the thing is, I had a conversation with Sasha Polari on Instagram the other day because she was watching my video and she was watching me get up and get ready for the day, and she very much enjoys more comfortable attire in her house, whereas I'm the type of person that has to get up and get dressed fully for the day, otherwise I'm just not productive at all. However, I'm really struggling with the shoe situation because I want to be, well, I need to be able to wear shoes. I don't like wearing slippers when I'm fully dressed, and I can't go barefoot, especially when wearing tights, because our kitchen floor, as lovely as it is what we like to call the destroyer, because it is stone and it is quite a rough like substance, and my lovely Chalcedonia tights get ripped to smithereens, and I've just obviously bought a whole load of them and I don't want to ruin them. So yes, I'm still on the hunt, so I'm going to get those boxes open with you and show you those shoes, because fingers crossed we can find some boots that look good with tights and also look good with midi dresses. It's a hunt. I would love to find some like ballet shoes, but I'm not sure if I suit them so much. Although when I showed you guys the Vivienne Westwood shoes, a lot of you actually pointed out that Dior have done a very similar shoe version this season. And now I know I have just announced that I am currently not shopping at Dior, but I am gonna have a look at them because they look really, really nice. And I need a black pair because I got the brown pair still on the fence and I haven't worn them, but we'll find a solution, okay? Shoes are currently a very big problem in my world, and that is the world's smallest violin playing just for me. What I wanted to tell you about this morning was, we received this whilst we were away. We were sent a really lovely wine hamper from Fortnum & Mason, and there was no note inside. We don't know where they're from, or who they're from rather. So if anybody happened to send me a beautiful wine hamper from Fortnum & Mason, please let me know, because I would love to say thank you. And there was no note other than this little booklet that tells you a little bit about Fortnum & Mason and the wine quartet wicker, which is what this is called. It says, "Your parcel of joy from Fortnum & Mason." And the other thing I wanted to tell you about was I have discovered a new playlist. Yes, if you haven't watched one of Ali's videos, you might be able to hear the faint tinkle of our Sonos system back on in the house. We were so worried because we were looking at having to have quite a lot of money spent on our Sonos system, and I was a little bit cross about it because I don't know whether it's just me that finds this, but I really don't like this whole thing that happens with Apple, whereby after a while they change all their technology and you have to buy new devices. I know that it's obviously a way to get people to buy things, but we have iPads built into the walls in our house and they were all working fine. They just were no longer compatible with the operating system of Apple. And so we just couldn't use them anymore. Like, they were literally completely useless. Nobody could use them, so we had to replace them. And it was looking like we were gonna have to do the same thing with the Sonos system. We were worried that we were gonna have to do that, but thankfully, the team at Sonos were actually really helpful, troubleshooted with Ali, and Ali went down there and fixed it, because honestly, it's been since the party actually, our Sonos system hasn't worked, and it's such a huge part of my day. Choosing what I'm going to listen to that day, playing it through the house, it's just a bit of a ritual for me. I would say if you are building a house yourself or you're going through a renovation, I would strongly suggest that if you are going to have like social areas like your kitchen and your lounge and places like that, have a built-in system, because it makes me very, very happy. And so I have discovered a new classical artist called Eric Christian, and it's his Scenes from Paris album. And it's just perfect, absolutely perfect for popping on in the background whilst working. I can't have anything with lyrics, but makes me feel like I'm still in at least France, if not Provence. So that's making me very happy as well. Also, to update you, I received a really, really lovely delivery from the Code 8 team and their PR team, and it was from a florist called I think it's Spingleberry or Spingleberry, which is a local florist, and oh my goodness, it's so wild and wonderful. I think that they were delivered a little bit late. I think that they've probably seen better days, but I love the whole design of them. The colours used are just so, so beautiful. So it's definitely a florist I'm going to check out. But now that we have caught up, I'm going to make myself a coffee and I'm going to finish off this croissant. But one thing I do need to find is a good fig jam, because I was having fig jam spread all over this when I was in Provence, and I think I've fallen in love with it. So that's what I need to find. But for now, the croissant will do. We should have tea later and have our Le Master Chabran biscuits, shouldn't we? Yeah. Just found this. If this is not a sign, I don't know what is. But I've just opened up some of the mail from the post lady. Yes, she did get to see me in my lovely dress and my fluffy slippers. And it is a box from L'Occitane, which is obviously made in Provence. And this is a shower oil with almond oil. Then what's this? Magic key. Okay, so I think this is used for their like metal tubes so that you get all of the product out of them. So it's kind of like a little magic key. And then we have the Immortelle Divine serum, which actually I've used this particular collection before and it is absolutely beautiful. This is the Immortelle Super Extra. Oh, I can never say that word. I'm trying to learn better words at the moment, so I'm not constantly trying to pronounce things on my channel. But anyway, this is the cream version, and this is the serum, and then we have the hand cream, which I know that L'Occitane hand creams are absolutely divine. It's a sign, okay? It is a sign. I've not stopped thinking about Provence since we got home. Not that we're doing a PR unboxing, but I couldn't not show you this, considering the majority of my wardrobe in Provence was Zimmermann, and Zimmermann have collaborated with Lano, which Lano and Zimmermann are two of my favorite brands. This is a very, very unexpected collaboration. I did not know this was happening, but we have the Baby Rose Gold Ointment 101, the bronze gold and the rose gold. So, oh, I think we're gonna have to give those a little bit of a test drive. Did I or did I not just say not to ruin his breakfast?
Did you?
Yes.
It's only one little treat. Poor boy starving.
We didn't have any food defrosted for Porter this morning, and I'm busy defrosting it now. But Daddy the spoiler has come along and given him a bit of a treat. You're spoiled, Porter. I thought I'd show you something useful quickly. It's not sponsored, but well, I'm doing work with them on my Instagram, on the stories, but I thought I would tell you about this because I think it's quite a cool little thing. Please excuse all of the stains on the floor. We need to have our patio jet washed, and the birds are apparently still singing, and both fur babies are out and about. But this is the Yale Smart Delivery Box, and basically I just think this is absolutely genius. So obviously it's bolted to the ground. You use your phone, and basically, say if you're ordering something really expensive online, you create a unique code and put it in the delivery details. You think it's all right, Lumi? And the delivery driver is given that code. He can then access the box if he needs to, and opens it up, leaves your very expensive purchase of shoes or handbags inside, and then closes it and it locks. Obviously you can also open it from your phone. There's a Yale app, so if someone rings the doorbell and you weren't necessarily expecting anything, you can let them leave this in the box, and this can be situated on your property. It can be obviously out the front of your property, but it needs to still be on your land specifically. You can't just go popping it on public land. Do you like it, Lumi, as a little stand for you? Yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it? But I just thought this was brilliant because I'm always buying expensive things online, and if I'm not home to collect them, then it can be a bit of a nightmare. And I'm sure that there's lots of people that have the same situation, especially with returning to work and things like that. You kind of want a safe space for all of your products to be left. But I just thought this was a little bit game changing. We just have it situated here in the corner by the potting shed, and yeah, it seems to work really, really well. And Lumi likes it, so if anything, she's a happy bunny. But speaking of deliveries, that was the reason why I was telling you that, was because that was exactly what I used when they delivered the other 2 boxes of shoes from Farfetch. And so when I was walking up the stairs, I remembered, oh, I must tell them about that delivery box before anything else. Porter, off. Off. Good boy. Takes him a few tries, but once I tell him, he does get off. He's a very good boy, really. Most of the time. Sometimes. Right, well, I look absolutely ridiculous from the ankle down. Fingers crossed, because I'm going to send the Philosophy ones back. They were absolutely beautiful, but if I was to have to take them on and off in a rush, I'd never get round to it. It'd never happen. So, as beautiful as they were, sadly, not practical. Oh, in fact, I've been meaning to... Actually, I'm going to save this. I'm going to go and open this on the home account because I received the most wonderful delivery from Aurora Home, and I think this is one of their most coveted products. It's the berry bowl. She also sent me the most beautiful mohair throw. I need to show you those bits and pieces as well because they arrived whilst I was away, and I was like, oh. Anyway, next pair of shoes. By the way, I know I obviously work with Farfetch, but I don't have to show you these as well. These ones were actually purchased with my own money, so yeah. I didn't get a discount or anything on them. These are just, I'm on the hunt for boots, so I'm trying to find some. So these 2 are very, very similar for a reason, because I'm generally looking for this style. This pair is Gianvito Rossi, which I actually haven't bought a pair of Gianvito Rossis for a while. That's quite hard to say when you're saying it as quickly as I say it. And this is the ankle boot style, so really great heel, nice pointed toe, so it's nice and elongating, an ankle boot, but nice and skinny. Let's try these on, and I promise to show you these, unlike when I tried on the Vivienne Westwoods. Oh, they feel comfortable. Right, I need to change my, oh, I don't know, you know. Definitely need to change my belt, because the tan belt is not working with them. Usually when you can hear him whistling like that, it means that he's halfway up the stairs. So I'm just going to go and check Monsieur Whistler, because he's a very naughty boy. Yes, that's what I thought. No! He was on the 3rd step, and the moment he heard me walk to the top of the stairs, he ran down. Okay, definitely better with this belt. So these are the boots on. You probably can't see them that well in the light against the tights, but I'm not 100% on them. They still feel a little bit clunky and not really as elegant as I would have hoped. This dress is an old, I think it's a silk dress from H&M, and I bought it probably this time last year when the sage obsession began to begin with. But I've teamed it with my Alexander McQueen belt, and I'm not sure on these. I love the toe. I love a pointed toe. I'm not very good with round toes on things. they often make me look a little bit short and dumpy, except for my riding boots, funnily enough. They're a little bit loose on the ankle, but then I've also tried them on when they've been too tight. I tried on some similar in Ralph Lauren. I don't love them. I've not put them on and thought they look exactly what I want. It would kind of be a settle, and that's not what we want. I definitely don't think I love them from the side. Or do I? Do I love them from the side? I don't know. You have to let me know what you think. I'm not 110% convinced, but we'll try it. Okay, so those are the Gianvito Rossi ones. Very, very lovely leather. Really, really good quality leather. And the soles are lovely as well. Very rubbery soles though. I think I usually prefer a wooden sole, so they make a good noise. I feel like full rubber soles make me think of school shoes. Which, at 33 years old, I don't need to be doing. So the next brand is Tod's. And I'm a very, very big Tod's fan, as you will know. I don't think there's ever been a Farfetch haul when I haven't ordered some Tod's. They're just brilliant. Such a great shoe brand. So this is more of a Chelsea boot style. Similar, but more with this sort of elasticated side, which may make them fit a little bit better. There is some hardware, so there's T's on the back for Tod's. Slightly more rounded toe. Let's give these a go. And a wooden heel, which I just think feels a bit better. Let's try it on. So again, a little bit difficult to see, but you can see that they've got the more rounded toe. I would say that these are very, very similar to my Louboutin Chelsea boots that I have there. Slightly taller heel and slightly taller boot. I'm not sure if they are tall enough for what it is that I want. Very, very comfortable, incredible quality, but I'm not sure they're exactly what I want. If I was looking for another Chelsea boot, these would be wonderful. I think if you like my Louboutin Chelsea boots, then these are a great option because I'm not sure they do them anymore. Really, really nice and narrow on the heel, on the ankle, sorry. And a really good amount of heel on them, but I don't think that they're quite what I'm looking for. No, I'm not sure. Bit of a disaster really, isn't it? 3 pairs and not the right one. I know that I'm after something very specific though, and if you have any suggestions, because I'm really struggling, because I want to be able to wear these dresses and I want it to still be elegant but be comfortable, because I have to be able to wear them around my house, but also if I'm like running to meetings. Well, we are still not 110% convinced on those, but what I have realised is I have one more pair of boots that were delivered from Jimmy Choo, which is part of a campaign that I'm shooting, and I haven't unboxed them yet. So I don't think it's necessarily exactly what I'm looking for at the moment, because Exhibit A, they are a lot taller. Definitely not what I'm looking for this particular outfit, but for an elevated riding boot style, I love the traditional scalloped edge to these, and that they've got the little sort of paneling. So this paneling down here is always really, really effective, and this little, almost like it's been stitched on the top. Very practical puller-onerers, as the technical term is, but these are Jimmy Choo, but they're definitely not what this outfit needs, but I thought we'd try them on anyway, seeing as we're having a bit of a boot haul. Good job they've got those puller-onerers. Ooh. You'll have to excuse me for tucking my dress in, but it's so you can see the tops of the boots, because I think that is the part that looks really beautiful. These are going to be a great chunky winter boot. They've got a lot of room in them as well, so they're not too tight. Bit more of a trendy riding boot take, and a good chunky heel. Love it. And a good shine to the leather. I have also had what looks like my last courgette harvest of the season. We've got 4 courgette in there, some carrots and a cucumber. I have a lot of tomatoes arriving tomorrow for me to make the final batches of chutney with, because I obviously want to gift them for Christmas. And I think that'll be it for courgettes. Looks like they were dying. One of them had even like split in 2. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my squashes. We'll have to have a look at those. It's very, very dark. Our evening walks are not quite the same. You can just make out Porter in his little coat, which I need to buy him a new one.
You need a big boy one now, don't you?
The autumn evenings are rolling in very, very fast. We do need to get Porter his big boy jacket because he is almost 1 year old. Can you believe it, that he's got only a matter of weeks?
I've just realised it's Remember the 5th of November.
Today? His birthday. Yeah,
and
I know.
That's also Guy Fawkes.
Yes.
Ah, Potter.
Saucisse.
Little plotter.
Yes. I am in the kitchen now, cooking up a storm. I'm doing courgette risotto with the courgette from my kitchen garden in the Thermomix. This little one is picking up the scraps that fall on the floor, and I'm listening to the exact same playlist that I told you about before because it's bloomin' lovely. I'm literally just pottering around the kitchen and listening to lovely music. What a way to spend the evening. Oh, and Ali has actually lit the fire as well. I'm surprised Lumi's not already in here. She's probably hiding away in the office. She must have gone out. But this room is nice and warm and toasty. Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday and I have been literally, it's like, what's the time? 9 o'clock. And I was like walking around the house and I was like, I just have this overwhelming feeling to organise. And you'll know that organisation for me is almost like a kind of therapy, a little bit of my like self-care, and I have decided that that's what I'm going to spend my Sunday doing. That might sound really, really sad, but I was just walking around the house and I was like, the house needs some refinement at the moment. Myself and the fur babies, we're on our own at the moment. My husband is on a trip, and so it's just us, and I feel like we're kind of productive when he's not around because he's Mr. Productivity. I never feel like my productivity like matches up to his. And so when he's not here, I feel like I can be my own productive self. And so, yeah, I thought we could have a little bit of like an organise together because, to be honest, in our house, because we have people that come and work here, they also help around, but I always find that things kind of like get put in the wrong places, or I put things in the wrong places, and you just find little like piles of stuff. And so I'm having a bit of a rainy day, Sunday organisation to just fill me with a bit of joy. I've not done my hair today because I'm hoping that Porter and I can go out for a walk later. So I just thought I'm going to whack it back in a clip and just leave it. I need to get some nice clips rather than these ones, just so I can whack it back on days like today. I'm going to start probably in my dressing room because I've had a few bits and pieces come in and I just feel like we need to just sort everything out. You might hear the whistling again. We're doing well with Porter not coming up the stairs. He seems to be listening. However, when he starts whistling, I do worry that he starts coming up, but it's only because he wants me to go downstairs. So I'm going to start in my dressing room. I've got a few rails of clothes that I need to file away and just clear the space and just get myself ready for a new week. It's Monday tomorrow, and it's important to me that I always start weeks on a good foot, and I don't have PT tomorrow morning, so this is me starting on a good foot. So yeah, I hope that you've had a lovely weekend yourself. You'll be watching this on Monday, and I am going to get cracking in here because I can't even think straight. Please let me know if I'm the only person that I'm like, once I've decided that I need to organise, I can't think straight until I start. So we're going to start filing some bits and pieces away, some beauty products away, and some clothing away. This dressing room is about to get a glow up. So it might not look it, but I have had a quick spruce up in here. I've definitely tidied up my makeup station and beauty area, put all of my makeup in my little bag there, my fragrance and my face mist. I am now filing away new clothes. So I've brought one of the rails into my room. I have 2 rails of clothes that I haven't filed away yet. So the process has begun. I've started out with my linen and I'm gonna start filing those away. Walking stuff is to go downstairs. Probably gonna end up wearing that jacket today because it's a wet one. Well, that took a lot longer than I planned. It is now just gone 12 o'clock and it's taken me 3 blooming hours. It is amazing just how quickly everything falls apart. I have a very dewy face now because I've been rushing around like you wouldn't believe, but it's been really productive. I've gone through all of my shoes, I've put shoe inserts in them, I've wiped down handbags, I've cleared an entire rail and made space for other bits. I've also managed to clear, well, these items need to go down to the boot area because these are my dog walking bits and pieces. I've cleared some wicker baskets that were just unnecessarily being used. I have located some skincare faves that I want to take downstairs with me, just like top-ups of products that I already use, like my beloved Declior and my beloved Kate Somerville. The Exfoliate is amazing, and just like a good rich moisturizer. I love all of their skincare. This is one of my favorites, the Dry Skin Saver, and also this one. Oh my goodness. This is such a great one to like smear all over your face and then go to bed. Generally, I tend to use the Declior stuff in the morning because they're all about glowing and nourishing the skin. So I use those in the morning. Then I've also got some Revive in here, which this is probably one of my favorite face mists ever. So there's also some Elemis down there. I'm basically taking this down to the bedroom because now that I've finished in here, and I actually cannot cope with how cathartic that was. I know I speak about this all the time, but if you're feeling like your world, not that I'm feeling like that at the moment, but if ever you're feeling just a little bit like, oh, organized, because honestly, I can't tell you the peace that it brings me and my little sprouts, which are actually growing, so they're not really that sprouty anymore, which is good. But yes, that is basically my little life lesson for you, is just spend some time organizing, rejudging. We are not finished. We still have the bedroom to do. We have the ensuite to do. I also would love to do the kitchen, but I think I'm probably pushing it, considering that took me 3 hours. But I feel, whew. So let's go down to the bedroom, let's start in there, and hopefully we can put away some of this skincare as well. I love this little basket. It's like a little stairs basket. So I usually load it up with like new in products and take it upstairs. It's just really easy to do it that way. So into the bedroom. Now the bedroom would not normally still be like this, but because I knew that I was coming in here to organize and have a bit of a tidy up, I'm gonna open up all the windows, give it a bit of a refresh in here. I have not bothered to make the bed because I think that sometimes it's better to just do it all in one swift blow. So what we normally do in the morning, I think like preparing your bedroom, hi, can you see me? I'm here. I think preparing your bedroom after you've had a night's sleep is so important. Oh my goodness. Like making sure that you wake up, make your bed, open your curtains. I always like love to spritz the room with some lavender fragrance just to give it a refresh, open the windows. It is so, so important. So obviously I've not done that this morning because I didn't think it was going to take me 3 hours upstairs, but I'm not going to let it slow me down at all. I'll tell you one thing, I would really like for these to be like automatic, like I press a button. I hate, it hurts my hands. I've got delicate hands. Let's give the bed a bit of a zhuzh. Give the sheets a bit of a spritz. I've got the last of this Cotswold Lavender Slumber Spray. I just love to give it a refresh. Gives the room a refresh as well. Give everything a bit of an air out. Now, when it comes to making the bed, if you haven't ever watched my TikTok video that I made for this, I take making the bed very seriously. And our bed is my favorite thing ever. Not just the style of the bed, but we have the world's best mattress ever. Like, honestly, I feel so lucky that we found this. And I really like tuck everything into the side so that it looks lovely and presentable. You need some serious arm strength for this, which I don't have. Sadly, I'm a bit of a wuss. Another little spritz. Now I know you might be watching this as obviously you're getting ready for bed. It's probably going to motivate you for tomorrow morning. So make a list of what you're going to do tomorrow morning, or whenever you would usually do your organisation. I always like to make a list. Little spritz again. Any clothes that may be left down here from the night before need to go upstairs. Right, the bedroom is all sorted now for the ensuite. So as you can see, there are beauty bits everywhere. The remnants of my Kate Somerville, one that I've just finished. some usual bits and pieces here and there. I need to basically get this area all sorted and filed away because I definitely have enough storage now and there's a lot of space in there. Plus I've got the basket, so that is the plan of action. Let's do this. Okay, the bathroom is now organised and tidy and clean, which makes me feel amazing. I'm now starting on the boot area because it should be fairly simple. Believe it or not, this area has been organised. This is all recycling ready to go out, but I have had such a clear out. All of my trugs have been taken to the greenhouse. I found my running gloves. I found my walking boots, my wellies, absolutely everything. Everything inside here is all organised into walking boots, trainers. We've got gilets at the front, then we've got coats. We have walking boots and welly boots, as in like high boots down here. So we've got my Holland Cooper ones and some Peserico ones. And everything is just a lot more organised. Porter has obviously been helping very, very much. But we're still waiting for our new cushion to go on here because this one actually never fit. We were supposed to have it replaced, but it never came. And so we actually ordered another one and it's got a really beautiful like check print to it. So we're waiting for that to arrive and that's gonna then go in there. But yes, much more organised in here. Now we need to get organised in here. And just like that, Porter, we have a much more tidy utility room. I need to get rid of that diffuser, but it's so big, I'm not even gonna attempt it now. Porter is sniffing around the candle cupboard, and that looked, obviously, you know, it looked like it just happened, but no, I spent a good amount of time in here, and I'm actually so happy. Bless you, Poppet. I'm actually really happy with how much progress we've made. Everywhere needs a good hoover, but it's getting a lot more organised, and I'm sorting through the bits that maybe we don't need anymore, and things like that. Yes, Porter, you're having a good sniffle around. Look at that dew from all of the hard work that I've done today. But I am ready to tackle what will be the last room in the organisation process. I've done this all myself. You can hear the sounds of jazz music playing around in the background. Porter's run off with some kind of furry scarf. Good boy. But this is the room where I've kind of put everything. Basically what I do is I go around and I just kind of take anything that's not supposed to be in that room and I put it in the room that it's supposed to be in or similar. I get rid of all of the dead fresh flowers that need to go. We have quite a few, so I'm basically now going to tackle this room and just give it a sort out, because this room is obviously the most used room in the entire house, and I just find that like stuff gets left everywhere. Porter runs off with things like toilet rolls and it just so easily falls apart in here. So yeah, this one needs a good old organise. I would have loved to have done my cooking dish cupboard, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time because I want to also make some chutney today. I've got the very last haul of my kitchen garden. I think this is definitely the last of the courgettes, and I want to make some chutney. I've been saving lots of Kilner jars over there and hopefully I'll be able to use those. But now it is time to sort all of this clutter out. So what I start by doing is I go around the room and I take anything that's not supposed to be there or should be in a different room and I put it up this end, and then I just kind of delegate everything to where it's supposed to go. So like wine we keep stored, unless it's like one that I drink regularly. Wine we keep stored down in the bar. So this little hamper that I showed you the other day has to go down there, and just, it's common sense, but it's so easy how quickly everything just kind of builds up, and before you know it, you've got a house with stuff everywhere, and it's really hard to keep on top of, so that is why I'm doing this. So first, I'm going to start by taking all of these flowers outside. Right, surfaces not quite wiped down. This one right in front of you. Once I've finished up this may seem a little bit silly, but I am going to make the chutney now. I know I've just cleaned the kitchen, but I can't do it in a not clean kitchen. So I've cleaned the kitchen, and then I'll probably have to clean the kitchen again. At least everything is done, and I feel so much better like starting the week with a house like this. I've saved all of these little jars to pop little bits of chutney in. These are just random things that I've collected over the last year anyway, to make slightly smaller pots. I need to get some labels printed, but also got some bigger pots as well to pop the chutney in and save it for when I want to give it to people. And just like that, the sun has come out. The autumn sunshine. What an absolute treat. Look at that portellini. We've got some sunshine. Where's Lummy? She just came in as well. So I'm going to get all of my ingredients together. So we've got loads of tomatoes, loads of courgettes. We need some onion as well. Ooh, and get cracking. I'm also going to be able to show you my new scales, which I just think are absolutely brilliant. These are part of a collaboration that I did with Brabantia, and basically they don't require batteries. You just wind it up, and that charges it, and then it starts working. So, oh, you don't like that noise, do you? Silly little boy. We need some onions. Goodness me, a lot of onions. Onions, tomatoes, brown sugar. Right, I am now bringing that to the boil. Oh, I haven't even shown you this, I don't think. This is my berry bowl from Aurora Home. It's supposed to be used for berries, but I really like the way it looks for eggs, so that's what we're using it for. But yes, I'm bringing the chutney to the boil now, and then I will let it simmer for basically as long as it needs to be. So it means I'll probably be able to take Porter for a walk in that time. I'll have to leave all of the windows and doors open because it doesn't make it smell. What I have is enough left to make some more, so I am gonna make some more, but I only have a pan big enough to do like one batch at a time. So yeah, we are doing this batch, seeing how it goes, and then basically the more I practice, the better I'm gonna get at this, because I'm still not fully confident, even though it tasted so good last time. Yeah, I need to get more confident with these things, so yeah. Well, ignore the socks, but wow, what a day it has been. The chutney is simmering on the oven, and I am changed. Still in my adenola leggings, and my shuffle is now on, and so is my gilet. I'm gonna take Porter for a walk because quite honestly, I don't know what has gotten into him today. He is just in one of those moods. Considering he's nearly a year old, he's still quite naughty. But I'm gonna take him for a walk because the weather is actually so nice, and we've been inside pretty much all day, so I think that we're due a lovely walk down to the canal. Come, Porty. Well, we definitely overlayered for this evening, Porter. It is a very, very warm evening. The sun is shining, and this one has met many a dog. And it made lots of friends. It's so beautiful. It's so weird because it's so mild, and yet we're almost at the end of October. I don't know whether it's just me, but it just feels bizarre, doesn't it, for it to be this warm still at this time of year. I'm literally perspiring, but I'm not complaining. I like it when there's a little bit of a chill in the air, but the sun is shining as well. But I'm gonna head home now, check on my chutney and get the fire going, I think, because it's October and the fire should always be going in October, whether it's warm or not. Well, this is coming along nicely. Look at that. I'm gonna leave it about 20 minutes and give it another check, so I think maybe it's a little bit too watery still, but looking good. I also just finished off the pasta that Ali made me yesterday. He cooked me dinner. It was so nice. I didn't vlog it either because I wasn't vlogging yesterday, but he cooked me dinner and he lit all the candles for me, and I watched a film called A Good Year with Russell Crowe. Lots of people suggested it, and it's actually based on Peter Mayle, well, one of Peter Mayle's books. which is obviously the books that I've non-stop gone on about. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. A little bit cheesy, but loved it. And actually, one of the things I want to do tonight is order a bottle of the rosé from the chateau where they shot the movie, the one that he takes over from his uncle. I've also just ordered Porter some new harnesses and coats. I keep saying every single time I take him for a walk, I'm like, he needs a bigger harness and he needs a bigger coat. So I have ordered him 2 new harnesses and 2 new coats. One in a size small and one in a size medium to see which one fits him better, because he's a big boy. And honestly, I mean, there's a lot of things that people told me about Dachshunds that have been true, but Porter needs so much exercise, it's ridiculous. He just walks and walks and plays and plays. He just loves it. And I think that most Dachshunds obviously don't like too much exercise, but blooming heck, Porter just goes and goes and goes. He absolutely loves it. He also loves it in front of the fire. We have just lit the fire and he's enjoying a rub-a-dub-dub on the carpet. But it's so funny, we went out on Friday with friends to just like celebrate a few moments. It's one of the things that we do so much more now, is just like celebrate small moments. And we went to Woven Mosaic, and that's all I've done this weekend. Obviously yesterday Ali and I stayed in and I didn't vlog. Today I was invited for 2 roasts at people's house, feeling very popular. But I decided to spend the day doing this because it's something about my personality. When I get something in my head and I feel like I need to do lots of stuff, I've just got to do it. And I'd made myself my list and I've achieved that list and more. In fact, I'm trying to think what I should do with my evening. Should I just sit in front of the fire and read a book? I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I might have a hot chocolate as well. It's been such a busy day. I wonder how many steps I've done. Let me just leave you there. Oh gosh, we've done nearly 20,000 steps today. So considering I only went on like an hour's walk with Porter and I didn't leave my house for the rest of it, that's pretty good. But I have just been non-stop and I love it and I feel so good for it. Let me know in the comments if you're the same as me, because I am just someone that doesn't organise as I go. I have like one big organise every now and again and it just, literally like makes me so happy. But yeah, it's been a really, really good week and I've made a few changes over the last year, and I know that I get so many comments, but I never know whether it's just people being nice, but I get so many comments about people saying to me, oh, you know, you were like glowing and you've really found yourself. And it's such a lovely thing to say, but like I consciously made some changes. Gosh, it must be over a year ago now. And it is amazing how when you get into a thought process and you just keep thinking that way and you don't realize that you've got yourself into such a rut and a bad place mentally. I had literally got myself into this mindset of like, bad things were just happening to me, and it's so wonderful to look back and acknowledge like changes that you've made that have made such an impact on your life. Like just removing myself from types of like scenarios and areas that maybe I just felt like weren't right for me and changing my perspective on things. It's so amazing how you're able to look back and then see just how good it was that you did those things and how wonderful life feels when you do things that are right for you. And if you're sat there, I always try and make it so that I'm like letting you guys know that, because I know that so many of us are on the same wavelength. If you're sat there and you're thinking, I can't continue like this, I can't keep moving in this direction, I can't keep doing the same things and expecting a different outcome, make the changes today. Honestly, make the changes today, because you could be 6 months, a year and a half, and you can look back and think, wow, I've just had a year and a half of positivity and goodness, and everybody needs so much more of that in their lives. They definitely do. I do. I need more now. Even though I've got loads now, I need more. But yeah, so anyway, I need to drink lots of water. That's one thing I'm trying to do as well. That's a recent change that I used to drink so much water and now I just don't. So I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna chill by the fire. It's not quite dark outside yet, so yeah, it's a really lovely evening. And it's just nice because it's just me and Porty. Lumi will be around somewhere, probably in her bedroom at the end of the house, but I don't know where she is. She'll come and join us though. She always comes and joins us in the living room at some point, so yeah. This little one joined us and she has made this lovely Aurora home, green blanket, all hers. Porty? No, no. You got your teddy.